All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol CTRM, Castor Maritime Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we dive into this chart, I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys towards the end of this video that you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to have on your watch list if you don't have it already. So stay tuned on in for that. Now, if you guys want to know live updates on what ticker symbols I'm watching, there will be a link down below in the description, and it's the link to my Patreon. You can join us on over there, and you will be receiving live updates, weekly updates on ticker symbols to add to your watch list and that I'm watching. So let's go ahead and jump into this. CTRM stock, Castor Maritime Inc. had a slight run and dipped right back below the resistance. So let's see our new resistance and support. Now, it hit a low here on the 26th of 92 cents, and it's recovered back slightly above $1, which is a pretty good sign for the company overall, for the stock overall. And as long as it holds up above $1, it could show some strength. Now, the 50-day moving average is 101, and our support is 101. So the difference is to the hundreds or thousands place. So support and the 50-day moving average are both the same location on the chart. If that gets broken through, this could be on its way down to newer lows, new support levels, and getting deeper into bearish territory. So I do want every single investor and viewer to pay close attention to the behavior of the stock if it breaks through 101. And the next support level is down here at 96 cents. You definitely want to see if the bulls have an opportunity to bring this one back up, or are the bears tearing it down fairly fast. Now, our resistance, it's the highest point before it started to dip and level off. Obviously, the highest point of the day was up here at 108, but our resistance is 107. That needs to be broken through by the bulls to pull away from the 50-day moving average, work their way up, turn it into a support, build momentum to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. So I do want to emphasize, the bulls need to break through 107 to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned till the end, because I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to have it on your watch list if you don't have it already. So for everyone that has made it to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is one that got hit pretty hard last week. It went down 50%. Now, it had to do with speculation, and it also had to do with news that really drove this stock down. We're going to look at it in just a moment. It's not rocket companies, but before we jump into that, I want to go ahead and share with you guys the tweet of the day. I tweeted this last night, and it says, "There is no better time than now to be watching and aware of which stocks are pulling back with upside potential." Okay? And I mean that. This is the time to be watching stocks and watching them closely, because we want to watch them bottom out or hit oversold area. Watch it closely to kind of pull right back up, and if it possibly goes back into oversold area, we know what it's capable of, what's the margin, and then also we need to be aware how the overall market is doing, and if it's correlating, then it's possibly something that can actually bounce back up, right? With the possibility that this is a correction and not a crash. If it's a crash, it could take months, it could take years to hit the bottom, and then it can start months and years to bring itself back up. So I've been stating it. Are we in a market crash or correction? I hope that we're in a correction and not in a crash, because a correction is healthy to then allow more investors to get back in. Institutional investors are definitely, upping their positions in certain stocks, and then we can start to see the market start to rise up again. So this is the time to be watching and aware of different stocks and doing your due diligence. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you definitely want to try to understand the company, which is another tweet that I talked about several days ago, back to the time where I stated the two ways you know you are in a stock you understand, which is believing in the company's mission and outlook, and you plan on holding more than just a day or even a month, possibly even a year, with a goal, right? An end goal for your initial investment to grow. So you do want to understand these stocks. Now, if you want to know live updates on what ticker symbols I'm watching, you can join us on over at the Patreon. The link is down below in the description. So let's jump into this stock. So this is a stock that I talked about back on the 23rd, right? 23rd of February. That was last Tuesday. Now, it's ticker symbol WKHS, Workhorse Group Inc. A lot of people lost hope on this one, and we were catching it as it was falling, right? It was around the $15 mark, $16 mark, and I stated, you know, the RSI is still showing room here on the 1 day. It can possibly continue to go lower. It certainly did that, and it hit lows here of 12.30 and some change, and it started to pull back up with some strength, hitting $20 and some change, and it's back down to $17. Now, the $20 jump was because of news on the company and the potential, which was pretty positive for it, and quickly it's been pulling down because investor sentiment is pretty negative, especially after it being up here in the 40s and just falling towards the 30s and then collapsing 50% in just 1 day. So I understand how many investors are feeling, especially the ones that have been in it way before the run and then also as it was running. But this has potential, especially because the USPS contract is not the only contract that WKHS has. Now, it's fighting there and it's in that area. It could pull down a little bit more. And if it pulls down more, it's even better of an opportunity to watch, because a reversal is bound to happen with this one, especially with everything that I talked about in this video. And I definitely stated it back here, as we could see, on the 23rd. And I was talking about all the things that were going on and how the USPS contract is a big portion of an opportunity, but it's not the only market share that Workhorse was going to be able to obtain. They already have contracts with FedEx. They have contract with UPS. Those are big companies, and also others, right? As the article state, and ARK Invest has been loading up on this dip. Now, they have been shaving a little bit of their position here and there, but they loaded up a tremendous amount. I mean, what they've been shaving off is literally nowhere near 20% or 10% of the vast amount of shares that they bought as this dipped 50%. And they own close to 2 to 3 million shares, if I'm not mistaken. That states a bold statement that they were buying up here, they were buying on the way down, they were buying on the way up, and they bought the dip. So we've been watching this one since the 23rd. It definitely hit a low here of $12 and some change. It was fighting between $14 and $15 for a little bit, because when you go back to the 30-minute, you could see it. And it was just rising as those numbers kept getting hit. So it kept going down to a new low, hitting a newer high, a new low, a new high, and now it's consolidating, and it's already building momentum again. Now, is this going to run back up to 30 or up to 40 in no time? Of course not. It's going to take time, investor sentiment, and all these different indicators definitely have a lot more room to go either on the downside or get closer to the upside to then pull back down. So the overall market is playing a big effect here on the overall stocks. So if the market falls, yeah, this could fall a little bit more down. We saw how low it could go, $12. But there's so much room here based off of the fundamentals and potential of this company that Workhorse, yeah, lost one contract, but it didn't lose its complete business. And that's what I was telling every single investor. I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold any positions on WKHS or any ticker symbol I talk about, but I am here to enlighten you guys. And once again, if you guys want to know live updates on what ticker symbols I'm watching, I got 10 plus ticker symbols already that we have on our watch list over at the Patreon. You can click on the link down below and join us over at the Patreon. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.